I hope so. Vass, are you there?
I am indeed. Nice
Hello.
to speak to you all.
Oh, let's.
Speak to me.
And
Pleasure.
I'm assuming it's appropriate to say yes or Vass.
Bravo, Philip.
Yeah,
You're a legend.
Indaxi. Omedara helava, omedara is what we say. I try.
That's why I've always loved you, Dotun.
I appreciate
You represent.
that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Let's talk this season, though. Are you excited or not?
Oh, this season, yeah, absolutely. It's really exciting. Obviously, all the Spurs fans, we're expecting the club to put their hands in their pockets before the end of the season still, before the end of the transfer window, I mean. Got a new manager, and I've got a question about tonight.
Yeah,
and
let's do it.
that is has there ever been a bigger first match for a manager than the Super Cup against supposedly the best team in the world, PSG, at the moment?
Yeah, I
Ooh.
saw written on the thing the question was, has any manager had a better first ever competitive match? And I was thinking of scratching out better and putting in worse, because
Sure.
in a few hours' time I will be a gibbering wreck watching from behind the settee.
like the rest of us, Tim. Like the rest of us.
Yeah, I do fear. I fear because so far, at least, there's been so little quality reinforcement, hasn't there? I mean, I think Tottenham have just a fabulous defensive, central defensive partnership.
Yeah.
If they're both fit, and the problem last season was that they weren't. But Romero and Van der Ven's just a phenomenon. You shouldn't be allowed to be that big and that quick. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. It's breaking all the laws of physics, but he does it. So that's fabulous, although not a lot of backup, or not enough backup perhaps. But I do worry about a lack of quality for higher up the field, especially with Maddison
going forward.
Yeah, Kudus, I think, is such a perfect Tottenham player in the sense that he'll have one absolutely fantastic game or one little phase in a fantastic game, then you won't see him for the next three. Yeah, that's what you sign up for if you're a Tottenham fan. Yeah,
he's the most Spursy signing ever, isn't he?
It certainly is. Yeah, but you look at it. I don't know if you agree, Vass or Tommy, but I can't see enough quality there to be thinking in terms of winning any serious trophies this year. And I got a bit lucky last year, perhaps. It was a dreadful final, wasn't it? The Europa League final against extremely poor opposition, Tom. It was a terrible game. I can't see, you thought, okay, we got a bit lucky there. We won a trophy. Champions League. We got a plan for that. How much planning is really going on? Are we scurrying around looking for end of transfer window bargains in what has become traditional style? I can't see a lot of plan. Right, we're in the Champions League now. We're going to plan for that. I can't see it. Do you agree?
Well, I'd be interested in what you think, Vass, but all I'll say when I wrote about it, I said Buster Douglas did beat Mike Tyson. So
I was on that night.
I was there in Bermondsey. I wasn't I was there in the Thomas a Beckett pub in Bermondsey. I remember coming out into the early morning, and we were telling people Tyson lost, and they just couldn't believe. These people were just waking up of a Saturday. They just couldn't believe it that Tyson had got beaten. Yeah, but that happened once. How long did Buster Douglas stay on his feet when he fought Holyfield in his first defence?
Not long at all. Not long.
He got knocked over by a strong breeze. Didn't have to touch him. That's my worry for Tottenham. We're going to get knocked over by a strong breeze.
I was also there on the night that Danny Williams, one of our own, who I'd been in the training camp with, which was in Brixton, at Brixton Old Dole office. They had a boxing ring all fitted out. It was really camping, and a couple of years later, he went and knocked out Mike Tyson, and I literally had kittens on air. I was watching on air, and it was somebody that you knew. Like, wow! Yeah. But there again, it was a fluke, as Tim alluded to with Buster Douglas. But Vass, we're not talking about flukes with regards to Tottenham. I think we're talking about.
I'll just say quickly on the I mean, the hope for Tottenham is the Club World Cup final, right? And I know Chelsea are a different prospect, but PSG showed that there are weaknesses there, because before that, I was starting to think, and it still could be the case, but I thought this is the new way. And I think we've spoke about that maybe on the podcast before, but like, this is the new way of football, and this is how it's going to go. And Luis Enrique has kind of set the template. And like I said, that might still well be the case. Like, they're extremely strong, they're extremely hardworking, and after Tottenham's, I mean, again, pre-season friendly doesn't mean too much, but after the performance, the disparity between PSG and Bayern when they played in the Club World Cup, and it's all about matchups. It doesn't work like this, but PSG beat Bayern 2-0 quite convincingly in that Club World Cup, and Bayern just beat Spurs 4-0. So in terms of that, I think it's and Vass has left us, so I'll.
No, Vass is still here. Vass hasn't left us. Vass is still here.
He's walked out in disgust.
I have got something I want to add.
Go for it.
So with tonight, obviously, I'm expecting Spurs to be more along with their fitness than PSG, which might give us a chance.
Good point.
But and just to add on to what Tim said, we have added Paulinho into the midfield, so maybe we've got a chance of grinding something out. If they're not up to full fitness, maybe there's a small chance. I think more of a chance than
new goalkeeper.
So, also that too.
Yes, no Donnarumma, so that's huge. Could be.
Yeah. So I think we've got more of a chance than you gave Buster Douglas on that night.
Wouldn't it be great? Because I mean, the two times that a mass audience, say over here where I live, have watched Tottenham, the final of the Europa League against United, and the final of the Champions League against Liverpool, and both times we stunk the place out. And wouldn't it be nice in front of a global audience, just to even go down fighting, go down with all guns blazing in traditional Tottenham fashion. But let's show something. What worries me is when PSG lost to Chelsea, the big Ecuadorian centre-back Pachel was suspended, and he plays the left side, and Chelsea got him down that side again and again and again. And I think he's back today, and he's just a man monster. He's a mountain. Shouldn't be allowed, so that worries me. But maybe Romero and Van der Ven can, or is it Van der Ven? We must consult a Dutch specialist. Maybe Romero and Van der Ven can keep him at bay. But I am worried. I've got a bad case of pre-match nerves with this one.
Yeah, have you got a prediction, you guys?
Only after the event.
Yeah, but what about you, Vass? What would you go for prediction-wise?
Well, obviously, I'm going to say we're going to grind out a stinky 1-0.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck on that, mate. Good luck on that.
I hope so.
And also, even though you started off by saying, you hope that the ownership will dig their hands in their pockets this season, at least they kept Romero. Remember, he had one foot in Spain already in La Liga. How on earth did they do that? They must have stuck their hands in their pockets for that.
Yeah, I've got no insider knowledge, but my assumption is Atletico couldn't afford the fee we were asking. And I'm hoping with the announcement that he's the captain, the first team captain now, he will be signing a contract soon.
He's still going to get sent off a couple of times this season, though. You know what he's like.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, indeed. I love it. Vass, I'll see you up there one of these days,
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Thank you, James.
Make sure
That's
you're
brilliant.
buying the drinks.
Love the pod,
pleasure.